Welcome back to my channel. My name is Stacy, and for today's video I wanted to create an album art cover from an artist named Jojo, and her new album just released last Friday, which is called Good to Know. And I wanted to see. And so her album looks just like this. You could tell that it's so exotic, so fierce, and pretty much like a big bold statement of what she looks like in this album cover. And I was immediately drawn to the colors. I mean, you just see the orange, the pop of green, and just basically everything that contains in this album is just beautiful. So I wanted to recreate it with my own version of how I thought the cover colors will look like in the eyes. So this is how it came out to be. So if you want to continue watching and how I got this beautiful look through this beautiful album cover, then keep on watching. Okay, so I already finished this eye first just to get an idea of how I wanted this eye to look. So if you haven't seen the album cover yet for the Good to Know album, it looks just like this, and it's so beautiful. It's like I could say that within an album's cover, like the colors really has a meaning of what the whole album would be about. It's almost like putting out a statement, but through colors. And so I pretty much did this inspired look from the album. So what I did first is I went in with my Zodiac BH Cosmetics palette, and it looks just like this. It's like the original. And I'll start with saying that I took this shade right here near Aquarius, and I put that all over the crease. So I'll do that right now. An eye look, because Jojo is one of those artists that you hardly hear about, especially in the music industry. Okay, so I first started with that green shade that's near her really fierce eyes, and I started off with this in my inner eye. So I took the shade Sabotage of that same palette, and what I did was I wet the brush first just to get pretty much almost like a metallic finish. So next I am going to be taking the BH Cosmetics Eyes on the 80s palette, and oh, this plastic thing is still on it. Okay. So I will be taking this orangey shade and put that all over the lid. So I did listen to her album, just like bits and pieces to it, but I did listen through the whole songs that she had put out. And it's very like much of a theme of R&B. If you're a fan of that music genre, I feel like you would really, really love Jojo's new album. It's very sultry. It's very vulnerable, if I could say. The lyrics to some of her songs, some were felt with like almost admitting that she had a problem of drinking too much with alcohol. There's also a topic of lovemaking, and that's pretty much very, very detailed lyrically that she wrote, but that's why I could say that it's graphic in terms of how detailed that is, but she's expressing almost that feeling, I guess, when you do lovemaking with a person you really, really love. And yeah. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far. So now I'm going to go back to the Zodiac palette, and I am going to be taking this black shade next to Aries, but it's this one right here. And I'll be putting that in the inner, like the outer portion of the outer V, and I'll just show you in a sec. Okay, so basically I put that black shade. Oops, a little bit too much right there. Okay, so you can see I already made a mistake, but that's fine. I'll blend it out. So I basically put it in like a spot right here, and then I work my way all the way up here, just like lightly. Then I put the leftover and the lower lash line. This one's coming out more bold than the other. Oh my gosh. It's okay, I'll blend that out right now. Now I'm going to be taking this yellow shade from here from the 80s palette, and I'm going to use that as a transition over that black shadow I have there. So we just use like a tad bit on the brush. And because the album cover, it does have like yellow color lettering on the top portion of the album, so I want to put that in here as well. Okay, so now comes my favorite part of the look, and it's putting a really bright, light, semi-light green inner corner. And so how I did that was I took my little Dollar Tree brush that looks like this. I took a little bit of Sabotage and the brush like that. And then I mixed it in with a light green highlighter. This one's called Enlightened. And I took that lightish green shade right here in the middle. Oops. And I basically mixed it in together. And then I just wet my brush. Okay, so this is what this looks like so far. And to finish everything completely from this inspired, beautiful album, I took in my Profusion Topaz Gems glitter palette, and I took this shade right here, and it's beautiful. It's like a darkish orange glitter shade, but it's got some specks of green in it, which is pretty much like a combination of her album, but it's in this beautiful glitter form. So I just took a little bit in my finger, and I already did apply a tad bit of glitter glue on the lid right here, just so it could stick better, and it's pretty much safe to do that. So then you just apply it. So I finished off my look using the L'Oreal Glossy Balm and Lovely Mocha. So that's what I have on my lips. And this is how the finished eye look came out to be. So I really love it. I have a feeling I will do this look again, just because how easy it was to pretty much coordinate these colors together. Obviously, they're both not as equally the same, but I think from far away you can't really tell that. I mean, I do have more black color than this eye. You could tell this one's more like more neater, and this one is a little bit more bolder, like out there, but it's okay. From far away you can't tell. So yeah, I just really was drawn into the cover as soon as I saw it. I think Jojo did a beautiful job. Congratulations, Jojo, if you ever see this video. I really doubt that you would, but I pretty much really love your music from back then. And then just listening to this album now, it's like such a big leap of this music I've never heard of. It's just, it's pretty much R&B and in this industry that we don't really hear too much of. And I think my favorite song would have to be the one called Gold, and that one's really beautiful. I could see myself being warm in relation to that song and lyrics, just because of what she wrote in it, and it's really beautiful. I'll list her album playlist in the bottom in the description box if you're interested. And yeah, I would just recommend that you would need to be more open into how vulnerable she is into sharing that kind of details in song. So keep in mind for that, and overall I think you would take the album to be one of her best, and maybe she'll win a Grammy for it. I mean, we'll just see. But from her past albums. I could say I really loved Leave Get Out. That's one of her popular songs. If I wrote a note to God, or if I wrote a letter to God, that one's really nice. There's a couple more songs I really loved from her. It was like 4 or 5 of them, but it's been a while since I listened to Jojo, and just listening to this new album really brought a new perspective of what you go through in life, but in a very detailed way, and it's a really beautiful way. So I hope that you enjoyed watching this makeup tutorial. I mean, it's not really professional, but I love it. I love how this one is just a standout. And yeah, so I hope that you have a good day or night, whenever time you're watching. May God bless, and I will see you in my next video. Okay, bye.